So just allow your body to get heavy. Allow the face to relax, the arms, the legs. The eyes closed, bringing the awareness to your breath. Breathing long, slow, steady breaths. In and out through the nose. And then we're not going to shape the breath in any way. We're not going to direct the breath in any way to any place, but I would just like your focus to remain into the center of your chest. So I'm not asking you just to breathe into that place, just breathe normal, regular, long, slow breaths, but let your attention rest to the center of your chest. And if it's helpful, you could perhaps have one hand to the chest and one hand to the belly. But if that feels uncomfortable, just physically uncomfortable to be with that, then arms a little away from the body is still fine. Breathe long, slow breaths. Your attention, your focus resting to the chest. And then still with long, slow, steady breaths, change your attention, your focus to your belly. I'm not asking you to specifically breathe to that place. Just let your attention rest to the belly or the hand that's on the belly if you have it there. And then with the inhales and exhales, our focus will change. So on the inhale, your focus is to your chest or the hand that's on the chest, to that area. And as you exhale, your focus changes to your belly. So the breath may end up following that intention, the movement of the breath, but you're not forcing that to happen. It is just the attention that's changing. Attention to the chest on the inhale, attention to the belly on the exhale. And then you can start to shape the breath, change the breath a little to accommodate that attention, that focus. So as you breathe in, focusing to the chest, allow that to expand a little bit more on the inhale. And on your exhale, you focus to the belly, and the belly drawing back a little on the exhale. Inhaling chest. Exhale, belly. Inhaling chest. Exhaling belly. And this is not to say that you're not going to feel movement in the belly on the inhale. You may well do. It's just the focus. It's just a little bit of breath movement change. It's just observation, exploration. It's just a technique to help get us out of our head and into our breath and our body. Remember, this is your practice, your body. So we want a comfortable challenge. We want to feel what we're doing, but we don't want to go so far our breath is ever restricted or that we ever feel any pain. Listen to what your body tells you of how your breath is as you practice. That is your gauge for if you've gone too far, if it becomes shallow, the breath, or if you're holding the breath. And we're going to do sequences today that are based around moon sequences, lunar sequences. These are more akin to doing them on a Monday, on a moon day. But I thought I'd share them with you all today as well. So now let's start to bring some movement to the body. So if your hands are to your body, you can take them away from the body now and wiggle your toes, wiggle your fingers. Circle the wrists, circle the ankles. And then start to roll the legs in and out. And as you roll the legs in and out, roll your arms in and out as well. So you're lifting the arms very slightly from the mat and you're rotating in the shoulders, arms inwards, rolling outwards, and the same with the legs. And then keeping the legs and arms still, let's take 3 full body stretches here. So maybe bring your legs just a little closer together if you've got them really wide. And inhale as you stretch your arms up and back behind you. Stretch from your fingers through to your feet. And then exhale, relax. Again, inhale, stretch super long from your fingers through to your feet. Maybe clenching the buttocks a little like they're lifting off the mat. And then exhale, release. One more time. Inhale, stretch super long. Maybe squeeze the buttocks like you're trying to lift them. And exhale, relax. Draw your knees into your chest. Take hold of them, hug them in, and start to then stir the legs around, circling into your low back. You can hold onto the knees if you want to, or let the legs move on their own, as always. Whatever works. And circle the legs the other way. And then circling the legs separately. So inhale as the knees circle wide out to the side. Exhale as they circle back in towards one another, with or without hands, small or big circles. All your choices. Staying with the breath, circle the legs the other way. Keeping the muscles of the face relaxed. And then keep the knees open wide out to the side in frog. Hold the shins or the ankles and circle the feet. Oh, clicky, clicky. My goodness, I hope my mic doesn't pick that up. And circle the other way. Good, and then closing the knees back up. Just cupping the top of the knees with your hands. And inhale as you push the legs forward so they're away from you at arm's length. And as you exhale, use the strength of your arms to squeeze the knees into the chest. Inhale as you press the legs forwards to arm's length. And exhale, squeeze the knees in. Inhale, pressing legs forwards. Exhale, squeezing in. Good, lovely. Again, inhale, pressing forwards. And exhale, squeezing in. Press the legs forwards, inhale, and then pause there, exhale. Release the hands from the knees. And now it's going to be your abdominals and hip flexor strength that does the same movement, so no hands. Breathe in. Squeeze your knees into the chest. Exhale. It's like you're trying to roll your bottom up a little from the mat. Inhale as the legs move forwards. Exhale, squeeze the knees in. Inhale, legs forwards. Exhale, squeeze the knees in. One more. Inhale, legs forwards. Exhale, squeeze in. Inhale, legs forwards. Pause there. Exhale. Flex the feet. So you've got right angle legs. If you have a yoga brick or a cushion to hand, then bring that in between your knees. So we're going right into our right angle legs here and with our core breathing. If this goes into your back, put your feet down onto the mat. So squeeze the knees together or squeeze the brick, squeeze the cushion, squeeze and press your feet together. And then every exhale, start to draw in your abdominals and the pelvic floor muscles, so that inwards and upwards action. Exhaling, focusing to the abdominals, squeezing in, squeezing up. Inhale, focusing to the chest. Exhale, focusing to the belly, squeezing the abdominals, squeezing the pelvic floor muscles. Keep the legs squeezing together, squeezing bricks or cushions, whatever you have. Actually, I should be using my Pilates ball. That's to hand. There we go. Just so you all know, I'm not cheating. I've got something to squeeze as well. Squeezing. Just checking in, making sure that you're not clenching your teeth, your jaw, your shoulders. The back of the waist as though it's imprinting into the mat. So think as though you've got little peas at the back of your waist. Squash them into your mat. Breathe in. And then release from that. Hug the knees into the chest. Rock a little from side to side. And then keep the right leg where you've got it, keep it drawn in, and lengthen the left leg all the way down to the mat. And then interlock the fingers behind your head. So you're resting your head into your hands. Rosemary, you might not want to lift the upper body up with this. You can just move the leg in and out if you want to. That's still going to be working hip flexors and abdominals. So from here, breathe in. And on your exhale, core muscles engage, lift the upper body up, make sure your elbows stay wide and your head is pressing back into your hands. So you're not pulling with your hands at all to lift you up. Your abdominals are drawing you up. Inhale. And as you exhale, twist towards that right leg. So think left shoulder towards right knee. Inhale as the head comes down and stretch the right leg out long, hover it just above your mat, and then do it again. Exhale, shoulder towards the knee. Inhale, lower down. Exhale, lift and twist. Keep core muscles engaged. Inhale, lower down. Exhale, lift and twist. So we're staying on that right side, right leg. Inhaling down, hover the leg. Exhale, lift it, draw it in, and twist. Good, keep going with that whilst I check you all out, what I can see of you all. And think more of the shoulder as though it's trying to go towards the knee rather than the elbow, just because we have a tendency to flap the elbows about then. No way is your shoulder ever going to make it to the knee, and I don't want it to, so it's a controlled movement. It's just a directional thing, shoulder towards knee. Yeah, looking good. So I think we could do another 50 on that side then. And I'm sure those of you that haven't been to my class for a while, you miss my crappy jokes. Inhaling down. Exhale, core muscles engaged, twist. Inhaling down. Exhale, twist. Wherever you are within this, doesn't matter if you're not in time with me. If you can manage 2 more on this side, go for it. If you've started to pull on your neck and you're feeling it there, relax, you've done enough. And after you've done those 2, then just let the right leg go out long, roll the legs in and out. Now keep the right leg out long, draw your left knee in towards the chest. Realign the pelvis underneath you if you feel your low back's arching. Breathe in. Before any twist, just lift the upper body up. Exhale. So you just find your most comfortable place to start off with. Core muscles engaged, elbows wide, head heavy in your hands. Inhale. And as you exhale, twist right shoulder over towards left knee. Inhale as the head comes down, left leg goes long and hovers. And then exhale, draw the knee in, twist again. Inhaling down. Exhale, lift and twist. Keep the head pressing into your hands, elbows wide. Inhaling down. Exhale, lift and twist. Keep going. So you might be at a different pace to me now. That's okay. We know where we're going with it. Things to look out for. Don't pull on your heads. Don't think about always trying to go to your maximum with it. It's more control than anything else we're looking for. So my elbow and my shoulder are definitely nowhere near the knee when I come up. Because otherwise, if I lift too high and twist too much, then I start rocking and rolling the pelvis all over the place, and I've lost that control and that stability, which is an important aspect in our practice as much as of all of our strength and flexibility stuff that we do. Good, so maybe a few more of these if it's feel like it's working into your abdominals and it's not gone into your neck. Anytime it starts to go into the neck, then you've done enough, you stop. Good, and then make that your last one wherever you are with that. And let both legs go out long, take the hands away from behind your heads. Roll the head a little from side to side, ease out your neck. And then we do bridge pose, so bring the feet down onto the mat, close into the buttocks. Knees and feet hip width apart. Arms down alongside the body, chin tucked. And with this, we're going to make it a dynamic bridge. So we're going to keep coming up and down with it. And when we lift the hips up, we're going to take the arms up and back behind us. Again, Rosemary, I'd say to leave that probably out. So arms and hips will lift with the inhale. Arms and hips will come down on the exhale. So press into your feet and inhale as the buttocks and the arms lift up. The arms go all the way back, so you're coming right up onto your shoulders. And then exhale as the arms come up and over and everything lowers down. So nice and controlled. Press into your heels. Inhale, lifting. And exhale, lowering. Inhaling, lifting. Exhaling, lowering. Keep going with that. Think of your knees drawing forwards when you lift the hips up. And not only is this good for stretching the front of your body, the front lines of the body, so fronts of thighs, hips, belly, chest. It is also good for the back lines of the body, strengthening hamstrings, buttocks, low back muscles. And with the arms lifting, the legs get a little bit more work than usual because you're not using your arms pressing down. And the bonus is you get a nice little massage into your shoulder muscles. Those shoulder blade muscles in between the shoulder blades, getting a nice little massage when the arms come up and down. So wherever you are within the flow of this movement, do it one more time. And then when you're back to that starting position, not rushing to get there if you're still within a movement, but once you're back down with the buttocks, knees into chest, hug them in, rock from side to side. And then make your way to all fours, whichever is most convenient to you. So if you're rocking and rolling backwards and forwards to come up, great. If you're just rolling to your side to come up, also great. Whichever way around you need to face to be for cat pose. Hands under shoulders, knees under hips. Good. Spread the fingers out wide. Press your hands down, press the shins down, tops of feet down, or toes tucked if you prefer. Inhale, chest moves forwards, pelvis tilts up. Exhale, draw the belly in and round the back. Inhaling, extending. Exhaling, rounding, tucking the pelvis under, head in between the arms. Inhaling, extending. Exhaling, rounding. Inhaling, extending. Exhaling, rounding. One more each way. Inhaling, extending. And exhaling, rounding. Inhale, neutral spine, tuck the toes under and start to press your bottom back towards your heels and unravel upwards to downward facing dog. And then step out the feet in your down dog, alternate bending the knees, sway the hips from side to side. Really root your hands down, press them forwards. Awareness to the breath, that it's long, slow, steady breaths. A little bit of engagement of the core muscles. And then bending both knees, inhale. Walk the feet up to your hands to ragdoll forward bend at the front of your mat. Folding in towards the legs, dangling down over them. Make sure that you have 2 fists space in between your feet. And we'll do our half lifts here. So fingertips onto the shins, lift halfway to flat back. Inhale, shoulders away from ears, back of the neck long. Fold into the legs, exhale. Legs can be bent or straight, but feeling a bit more stretch to the backs of the legs. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, folding in. Inhale, lift, lengthen. Exhale, folding in towards the legs. Good. Inhale, lift, lengthen. Exhale, folding in. One more time. Inhale, lift, lengthen, shoulders away from ears. Fold into legs. Exhale. And then bending the knees, we're going to come into a little twist flow here. So bend the knees as much as you need to bring your fingertips down onto the mat. Or if you have a brick, then you can have one hand onto that. And when the arm raises up, it's the same leg that's going to start to straighten. Other leg stays very bent. So from here, keep both knees bent and inhale to lift the right arm up. Look up at that hand as long as that's okay with your neck and pause there. Exhale. Now start to straighten a bit more into that right leg. Keep the left leg very bent. Inhale. Right hand comes down, both legs bent. Exhale. Take that to the left side. Left arm lifts. Inhale. Start to straighten into the left leg. Exhale. Keep the right knee bent. So it's the left arm up, left leg straight. Then we're going to start to make that more of a flow from side to side. Inhale. Left hand comes down. Exhale. Right side. Inhale. Right arm up, right leg straight. Lower it down. Exhale. Left side, left arm, left leg straight. Lower down. Exhale. One more each side. Inhale, right arm, right leg. Exhale, lower. Inhale, left arm, left leg straightens. Exhale, lower. Coming into Utkatasana, chair pose. Inhale, bend the knees, drop the bottom, draw in the belly, reach the arms forwards and up. Exhale, shoulders down away from ears. Breathing in, come to stand, exhale. Lift taller, inhale, reach, stretch. Prayer pose, exhale. Okay, taking the arms down to the side, we're going to move into lunar salutations. So with these, they involve a lunge rather than going all the way back to down dog straight away. Okay, so just paying a little bit more attention. There's a little bit more involved than our regular sun salutes. So turn the palms to face forward, so you're rotating your shoulders back. So chest is nice and lifted and open. Take the arms wide and up. Inhale. Bend the knees to your forward bend, exhaling down. Fingertips to shins, lift halfway flat back, inhale. Fold into the legs, exhale. Bring the hands down onto the mat, step the right foot to a lunge. So inhale the right foot back, bring the right knee down, exhale. Then from here, looking forwards, reach your arms forwards and up, inhale. And bring the hands down to the mat, exhaling down. Take it to downward facing dog, left foot back, inhale. Exhale there. Coming into your plank, drawing the belly round the spine forwards, inhale. Lower down to the mat, exhale, keeping the shoulders back as you lower. Cobra, inhale, upper body lifts, legs are stretching. Toes tucked to your downward facing dog, exhale. Hips lifting high up and back. Hands pressing down and forwards. A little drawing in, a little lift of the core muscles. Good, having a look at you all on my monitor down here. Yeah, really press the buttocks back, way, way, way back. Yeah. And then from here, step the feet just a little bit further forward, just an inch, just because it can help us to feel a little bit more grounded when we raise a leg up. Press your left foot down a lot, and inhale, lift the right leg up. And on your exhale, knee to nose in your plank. So the back is rounding, shoulders right over the wrists. Holding there, lift your hips a little higher, inhale, and bring the right foot through into a lunge. Exhale, lower the left knee down. Hips are heavy, reach the arms forwards and up, one breath, inhale. Hands come down to the mat, exhale. The back toes tucked, lift the knee, step the left foot forwards, inhale. Fold into the legs, exhale. Fingertips to shins, lift and lengthen, inhale. Draw in the belly, come all the way up, exhale, fly the arms wide to lift. Inhale, lift up the chest, more stretch. Exhale, bend the knees forward, bend. Fingertips to shins, lift and lengthen, inhale. Nice, fold into legs, exhale. Hands down to the mat, step the left foot back to a lunge, inhale. Left knee down, exhale. Reach the arms forwards and up, inhale. Hands come down to the mat, exhale. Downward dog, right foot back, inhale. Exhale there. Draw in the belly, come forwards to plank, inhale. Lower down to the mat, exhale. Cobra, inhale. Toes tuck, back to your downward dog, exhale. Step the feet a little further forwards, just a touch. Press down into your right foot, lift the left leg up, inhale. Knee to nose in your plank, exhale. Lift the hips a little higher there, inhale. Left foot through to the lunge, exhale. Bring the right knee down. Arms forwards and up, one breath, inhale. Hands come down to the mat, exhale. Tuck the back toes under, step the right foot forwards, inhale. Fold into the legs, exhale. Fingertips to shins, lift and lengthen, inhale. Draw in the belly, keep it in and come all the way up, exhale. Lifting tall, inhale. Prayer pose at the heart, exhale. Drop the arms down to the side. Roll your shoulders back a few times. Roll them forwards a few times. Good, and then bring the feet together. We'll do our side bend half moon. Okay, so feet together. Take the arms wide and up, inhale. And then side bend to the right, exhale. Inhale to come up. Exhale to the left. Good, lovely. Inhaling up. Exhale, right. Inhaling up. Exhale, left. Inhale, coming up. Come to chair pose. Exhale, bend the knees, drop the bottom down. If you need to take the feet hip width rather than together for your chair pose, okay. Nothing's ever set in stone. We find what's best for our anatomy. Draw the belly in, pelvic floor up. Breathe in, fold forwards, exhale. Lift halfway up, flat back, inhale. Fold into the legs, exhale. Bring the hands down onto the mat, step to down dog, right foot back, inhale. Left foot back, exhale. Draw in the belly, come forwards to plank, inhale. Lower down to the mat, exhale. Cobra, inhale. And then back to your downward facing dog, toes tuck, lift up, exhale. So we're going to come into another lunar sequence here. So we all know our twists, but there are slight variations. So again, if you need to step your feet a little further forward, just an inch, so that your feet don't feel like they're sliding away from you, great, please take that. Right leg lifts, inhale. Knee to nose in your plank, exhale. So the back is rounding, knee is squeezing in. Lift the hips high, inhale. Right foot through to the lunge, exhale. Now bring the left knee down. And we're going to be on the left knee a little bit longer this time. So if you need a bit of padding for your left knee, please take that. Back toes can be tucked or untucked. And then sink the hips forwards. Lift the chest. Yeah, so I'll just give you a little moment or two to find some padding for the knee if you need that. Yeah. It's all good. Yes, thumbs up at me. Great. Sink the hips. And bring your hands up onto the right thigh. Inhale. Draw in the belly. Hips move forwards again. Exhale. Good. So from here, first of all, there's a little bit of a heart lift, a back bend. Think more your focus here to the chest rather than here into the low back, just kind of dumping. Okay, so think the lift here. Bring your palms together in front of you. Cross the thumbs over. Reach your arms forwards and up. Inhale. And then a little bit more heart lift. Exhale. Maybe the arms move a little further back. Maybe they don't. Inhale to come up. And then take your arms wide out to the side. Exhale. So I'm a little bit restricted by this wall here. So just imagine my right arm straight, okay? Inhale. Twist your upper body to the right. Exhale. So left arm's reaching forwards, right arm's reaching back. Inhale, arms back to the side, and then take that to the left. Exhale, twist to your left side, so left hand's reaching back, right arm's forward. Inhale, back to the center with those arms, and then exhale, left hand comes down to the mat, right hand reaches up. Inhale, back up, arms out to the side, and this time exhale, the right hand down, left hand up. Inhale, back out to the side with the arms, and then exhale, hands down either side of the foot. Tuck the back toes under, lift up the left knee. Take it back to your downward facing dog. Inhale, right foot back. Exhale there. Draw in the belly, come forwards to plank. Inhale, pause when you get there. Exhale. Now if plank is too strong for you, please lower your knees down, but keep the pelvis tucked forwards, buttock squeezing. Inhale, look over your right shoulder, exhale, so you're trying to look back towards your feet. Inhale to center, exhale, look over the left shoulder. Inhale back to center, lower carefully down to the mat, exhale, knees, thighs, hips, belly, ribs and chest. Cobra, inhale, toes tuck back to your down dog, exhale. Come back to your breath. Then we're going to take that to the other side. So again, maybe step your feet just a little further forward so you can feel really grounded down through your feet. And lift the left leg up. Inhale. Knee to nose in your plank. Exhale, back is rounding, belly is drawing in. Lift the hips a little higher. Inhale. Left foot through into the lunge. Exhale. Release the right knee down. Pad it up as you need to. Yeah. Just giving you a pause there so you can do your bit of physical body housekeeping. Back toes tucked or untucked. And then bring the hands up onto the left thigh. Lift tall. Inhale. Draw in, zip in through the belly, sink the hips forwards again. Exhale. If you feel a little wobbly here, then take your left foot a little bit more to the left side of your mat. It might help you out. Yeah. Bring the palms together out in front. Cross the thumbs over. Stretching the arms forwards. Reach them forwards and up. Inhale. Lift the chest a little bit more as you exhale. Maybe the arms go a little back. Maybe they don't. Listen to your body. Inhale to come up. Take the arms wide out to the side. Exhale. Breathing in. Twisting to your left. Exhale. So the ribs and chest turn to the left. Left hand reaching back. Right hand forwards. Take the arms to the side again. Inhale. And then twist it around to the right. Exhale. Yeah, still keeping the hips heavy. Inhale to center. And then take the right hand down to the mat. Left hand up. Exhale. Inhale back up. Arms wide out to the side. And reverse it. Exhale. Left hand down. Right hand up. Inhale, lift the arms back to the side. And then exhale, dive both hands down to your mat. Tuck the back toes under, lift up the knee. Take it back to your downward facing dog. Left foot back. Inhale. Exhale it out. Fingers spread, middle finger forward. So you're going to do those plank twists again, either knees up or down. Draw in the belly, come forwards to plank. Inhale. Pausing there. Exhale, squeeze the buttocks. Inhale, look over the left shoulder. Exhale, center. Inhale, right shoulder. Exhale, center. Breathe in there. Lower slowly down to the mat. Exhale, slowly, slowly, slowly. Cobra, inhale. Child's pose. Exhale, hips back to heels. Yay, child's pose. Knees together or wide. And then your focus and your breath into the upper back. Back ribs, shoulder blades. Make sure that your knees are comfortably apart or together, whichever you prefer. And we can take a little side bend stretch in our child's pose. So your arms are reaching forwards, breathe in. And as you exhale, start to walk your hands and your arms over to the right. Still your bottom's pressing back towards the heels. Whether it does or doesn't make it all the way back doesn't matter. But still you are actively trying to press back. Maybe crossing the left arm over the right. Again, forget how you think this should look. What I'm looking for you to feel is something down that left side. So left shoulder blade, left ribs, left waist. So if you haven't got that, play about a little bit more till you get it. Breathing, long, slow, steady breaths. And then coming back to the center, inhale. And then start to walk the hands over to the left as you exhale. Still pressing the buttocks back towards the heels as much as your body allows, as much as your knees allow. And again, you're looking to feel something down the right side of the body, maybe crossing your right arm over the left, maybe not. Again, whatever works for you. Explore so that you get some opening, stretching sensation down the right side. Then breathe into it like you're expanding into that place. And then walk the hands back to the center on your inhale. Exhaling there, stretch the arms forwards, buttocks back. And then from here, just come to a sitting position, just any place that you need to be that's comfortable for your knees. So if you need to get off of your knees right now, then you can just come to cross-legged. I want to show you just before we come to stand where we're going to go with our next moon salutation. So all the salutations that we've done so far have all been kind of forwards and backwards kind of plane of motion. And this one's going to be sideways. So some of you have done this, some of you haven't done this for about 10 years with me. I've decided to resurrect the moon salutation. And there is an awkward position in there that you just need to be a little careful of with knees, and that is this position. So one leg is out long with the toes up, and the other leg, the knee is bent. Now, if you're wondering what's going on with my heel back here, I actually have the heel raised. So my right leg currently is bent, my right heel is up. If you are one of the lucky folk where it's not bone against bone in your ankle and your heel does come down, great, you can have the heel down. But for me, no, it doesn't happen in my ankles. My heel needs to be up. If it's your knee that's kind of like, it doesn't allow for that very flexed, bent position, what options do I have here? Have the heel down and be higher up. So it's a little bit more akin to when we do our extended side angle. It's a little bit like that. It's still a side squat, but you've lessened the bend. And if you come to that and it's still like, hell no, my knee is not happy, leave that position out, please, and just do a wide leg forward bend. Okay. So a little run through of the whole sequence. Don't worry, I'm not expecting you to remember this movement for movement. I will be going through it with you. You know you're standing half moon. It's an inhale up, it's a side bend, exhale. Inhaling up, exhale, side bend. You inhale up, pause there, take the feet wide. You're going to laugh at me now. And on your exhale, you squat and stick the tongue out. Lion's pose. Inhale, stretching up, good faces. Exhale, arms shoulder height. We take triangle. Left foot forward, right foot to the short end of your mat. On your exhale, you reach out, reach out, reach out. When you can't reach out to the side anymore, that is your gauge as to where your hand comes down. It doesn't have to go any lower. So that's your triangle. You breathe in. You then turn your body over the front leg, which would be your right leg if you're working facing towards me. Back foot might need to come in a little bit so that you can then turn your hips to be in the direction that you are facing in your pyramid. Hands can be thighs, shin, or to the floor. You then bend the knee, take the back foot back, so you're in a regular lunge. Then you walk around to the open side of your position. So if I tried to walk around to my left right now, it just doesn't physically happen. So I won't use lefts and rights here because you'll all be facing different ways. So you walk around to the open side, you bend your right knee, heel comes up, left leg goes straight, toes come up. So you're in that side squat. Okay. Again, option, higher if the knee is happy here, wide leg if the knee was not happy with anything. You then mirror this position all the way over to the other side. And you basically reverse it into your lunge, into your pyramid, into your triangle, coming up on the inhale, feet tap forwards, squat down, lion's pose. Inhaling up, hold the breath, feet in, hands in, exhale, side bend. Yeah, inhaling up, exhaling, side bend. Yeah, so that is the sequence. So from here, come to your all fours. Tuck the toes, breathe in. Lift your downward facing dog. Exhale. Come back to your breath, because after demoing quite a long sequence there, we sort of go into drifting off mode, forget to breathe, forget where we were. So just coming back to your breath. And then from here, bending both knees, look forwards between the hands, and inhale to step the left foot forwards, right foot forwards, fold into the legs, exhale. Fingertips to shins, lift and lengthen, inhale, drawing the belly, come all the way up, exhale, fly the arms wide to lift. Inhale, lift up the heart more, prayer pose, exhale. And then come to stand in the center of your mat, so you'll need to be facing a direction that works best for you, where you can see me. Yeah, so I appreciate some of you have got your mats in different orientation, but you'll figure it out if you listen to my rights and lefts. Okay. Bring your hands onto your hips. Take the feet to be close together. You want an even amount of distance either side of your feet now. Yeah, take the arms down to the side. Draw your shoulders back, lift the chest. So we start off with something we know, our half moon. Take the arms wide and up, inhale. Side bending to the right, exhale. Inhale up, exhale left. Inhale up, hold the breath, step the feet wide, squat down, exhale lion. Not bad, not bad. Inhale, stretch up. And then take the arms out to shoulder height. Exhale, we're preparing for triangle. Left foot turns forwards and turn the right foot to the short end of your mat. The legs staying as straight as you can without locking your right knee. Breathe in. And as you exhale, start to reach out over the right leg. Reach out, reach out, reach out, all the way out, and then bring the right hand down onto the right leg anywhere. Left hand reaches up. See if you can look up to that top thumb, a little drawing in of the belly. Usually this sequence would be one breath per move, but I'm doing it a bit slower today just because it's a little harder to teach this through the medium of Zoom. And then we're going to take this into pyramid. Breathe in. As you exhale, you start to turn your chest over the right leg. You bring the top hand down onto the right leg. Maybe wiggle the back foot, the left foot in a bit closer, and kick the heel further back so you're able to turn your hips more towards your right leg. Hands can be onto the thigh, the shin, or fingertips down to the floor. Reach the chest forward, so think cobra with your upper body, think down dog with your bottom. Stick it out basically. And breathe, that too. Yeah, then we take this into a lunge. So bend the right knee, step the left foot back a little bit more. Drop the hips down, lift the chest. So that left leg's super strong out behind you. Yeah, just trying to have a little look at everyone, making sure that we're the right way around. It should be the left leg back. Just checking. Then from here, we're going to be taking it into that side lunge position. So walk around to the open side, long side of your mat. You turn the right foot forwards towards where you're now facing. Right heel comes up. You bend the right knee and the left leg is out straight, toes up. Now, if we didn't get that from that transition, then you're welcome to kind of like, I just need to wriggle around and get there some other place. Right knee is bent, right heel is up. Left leg's out long. So you might be now getting a really nice stretch to your inner and underneath left thigh. If the right knee isn't happy, remember your options of being up higher like this. Yeah. You can be with that if the knee is not happy. It doesn't have to be super low. If you're down low and you're balanced with it, wobble, wobble, then maybe you could bring your hands into prayer. Or maybe I'm just thoroughly ridiculous and that's not going to happen today. Sometimes it's worth a try. Whoops. Yeah, and if you fall back, enjoy it. Good. If you feel like your left leg is really far back, permission to kind of wiggle it forwards a little bit. It can take the intensity out of that stretch a bit more. If you feel really strong and balanced with this, then you don't need to bring your fingertips down. Perhaps you could transfer this to the other side by pressing down through the left foot, lifting the hips and gliding over. If that's kind of, again, really ridiculous, then hands down, go for it, fine. Yeah, good, well done. This is not the easiest sequence to teach through this, so you're doing fabulous, you lot. Again, change it if you need to. So if it's now your left knee that's like, no, I just can't go low. Don't go low, stay higher. Stay here, so it's almost like a extended side angle position. Yeah. Good. From here, we're now going to reverse it all to face around towards this left foot in a lunge. So turn towards the left edge of your mat or left foot. Turn the left foot forwards, hands either side of it. Lift the back heel up, turn the back toes forward. So you're now in a lunge, other end of your mat from where you started. Yay, you're all there, thank goodness. Let the hips go low, lift the chest. Stretch that right leg back. Squeeze the right buttock a little bit. Breathe. Then we come into pyramid from here. So we draw the back right foot a little bit more forward so the heel can come down. And we start to work on straightening the left leg to your degree. It might be that your fingertips need to now come off the floor, off your mat, and come onto your leg. You're trying to square the hips to face towards that left leg. Breathe. It can be a strong stretch on the back of the thigh, hamstrings, calf, I know. So there might need to be a fair amount of bend going on with the left leg. It's okay. And then we're going to take this into triangle. So left hand either in front of the left foot, the fingertips, or left hand onto shin or thigh. And inhale as you start to lift the right arm up, opening the chest as you go. I always think it's harder to come up into triangle than it is to go down into it. Can you then turn the head to look up at that top thumb? Ooh, wobbly. Breathing still? I do hope so. And then from here, we're going to be coming up on an inhale. So those of you that have low blood pressure, heads up that you might want to do a sneaky little inhale first and come up on an exhale. Yeah. Look down and then reach out to the side to come all the way up. So you're inhaling up, turn the feet forwards, come into your lion squat, exhale, tongue out, eyes up. Not bad. I think you could have done a better lion personally. Reach up, inhale. Hold the breath as you breathe the feet in and hands together. And as the exhale comes, side bend to your right. Inhaling up. Exhale, left. Inhaling up. Prayer pose at the heart. Exhale. Open the feet hip width, come into Hasta Mudra, elbows into the waist, palms turned up. So traditionally with that sequence, we would do it all over again, reversing the direction. For the purposes of today, one round is enough, I feel. So don't worry if you didn't get every single movement in that sequence. Doesn't matter to me or to yoga. What matters is the trying. What matters is the taking care in that trying. Just coming back to the breath. Taking the arms down to the side. Bring a little bit of movement into the neck and the shoulders, just very gentle, easy, small movements. And then come back to the front of your mat. My mat is always on the drift in this room. Feet hip width apart. Take the arms wide and up. Inhale. Bend the knees, come to your forward bend. Exhaling down. fingertips to shins, lift halfway flat back, inhale. Fold into the legs, exhale. Bring the hands down onto the mat and just do a little walk back to your downward facing dog. So just kind of meander your way back. Press the buttocks back, press the hands down and forwards. Breathe in. Lower to the knees into child's pose. Exhale, knees together or wide, bottom back. And then we're going to take a twist in child this time. So you'll need to lift your chest up a little away from the mat in order to do this. So you keep your left arm reaching forwards. Breathe in. And on your exhale, thread the right arm underneath the left and reach it as far out to the side as you can. And then come onto the top right corner, what would be the top right corner of your head. If your knees don't like your bottom being pressed back to the heels, then you can bring your hips so that they're above the knees instead. And I sometimes find that if I take hold of the right hand or right wrist with the left and just give it a little extra pull through, I'll get a little bit more stretch into the shoulder blade area. Again, it's all an exploration. You can be with your bottom back to the heels, you can be with the bottom up in the air. Wherever works. Coming out of it, inhale, sliding the right arm out, take it forwards, exhale. We take this to the left side, inhale, left arm reaches under the right to reach all the way out to the right side and come down onto the top left corner of your head. Maybe give that left arm a little bit of a helping hand by taking hold of the wrist and pulling it through gently. Again, your choice if the bottom is back towards your heels or the bottom is up in the air. Staying with the breath. And then inhale to come out of it. And exhale, reach both arms forwards. Stretch, 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 stretch. And then come back to all fours, fingers spread. Tuck the toes. Breathe in. Lift back up to your downward facing dog. Get the stretch through the backs of the legs, the relief on the knees. And then bend the knees and just walk the feet towards the middle of your mat and dangle down in the middle of your mat over bent legs. And then keep dangling down, but turn to one of the long sides of your mat. So we're pretty much coming back to where we were when we just did our moon salutation. So we've got either side of the mat out long to the sides of us, still dangling down. And then keep the knees bent. We're going to do a roll up here. The only safe way to do a roll up is with the knees bent, the head heavy, and the belly drawn in. So let the head be the last thing to lift as you do this. Breathe in. And on your exhale, engage the core muscles and start to roll up. Head heavy, knees bent. Think as though you're stacking each vertebra on top of one another. And once your shoulders are above your hips, then you can lift the head. You'll eventually end up standing. Okay, so we're going to add in a balance here. I just wanted a reset through child before we went into the balance from our last sequence. I was going to give you 3 balances in one, but I've kind of changed that in my mind today. So we're going to keep with our moon theme and do our half moon balance of the floating variety. So this is very old school. Those of you that have been coming to class with me for 10 years, this will probably flicker some kind of little memory of like, ah, I remember how we did that before. So with this one, just to show you again beforehand, before we go into it, is we're going to do a little tester of where we feel we've got that lifting point with the back leg. Right, so I find that is always helpful to do this little rocking movement before we kind of just launch ourselves in to doing a floating half moon. Right, so we have no fingers down. Scary, huh? Just floating there. So let's give this a little go. So I'm going to start with kind of going towards the right side. I really don't mind which way you go because we'll be doing both sides anyway. But I always start out with one foot kind of cutting the corner, a little bit of a diagonal, one foot facing towards the short end of the mat. 2 foot kind of distance is good enough, and just do a little bit of a rocking so you start to feel the weight into that front foot, like you're flying out. Maybe start to take the arms up. Just get a little feel of it first. It does help to kind of switch on the muscles that need to hold us there. And when you feel like it might be possible to hold, breathe in, and as you take that forward bend, you exhale. You start to take some fingertips down towards the mat and the other arm up. Steady gaze. We're not taking the fingertips all the way down. We're holding, hovering. Pelvic floor drawn up. That standing leg that's holding you, knee a little bent. Let's see where you're at. Oh yeah. Doesn't have to be low. So it's just kind of holding that balance. From there, coming up, inhale, and lowering the foot and the arms down, exhale, and swap it over, turn the other way. And so again, I've got the back foot slightly cutting at the diagonal, and the other foot facing towards the short end of the mat. I'm going to start to do that rocking into that front foot. So again, it just kind of sets the muscles up as to where we're going. And I find if I start clenching the buttocks a little bit here, start engaging the glutes a little bit, then that really starts to help out early on. Maybe start to add in the arms. When you feel you've got that tipping point, that balance point, the next time that you exhale to come forward, see if you can hold it there. Is that going to be the one that's going to be your one that you can hold? You need to rock a few more times to find your balance point. Good. See if you can lift that back leg a little higher, maybe, so you're challenging yourself. I'm saying that because I know already that just being onto one foot, holding it is a balance and challenging enough already. What's possible? How are we doing on this side? Wah! Yeah, it's good to have furniture around to help out, huh? I so know. I'm so with you. I'm on a very spongy mat with a very deep pile carpet, so yeah, balance is tricky. Coming up, inhale. Lower everything down, exhale. Good, give the legs a little shake out, the shoulders a little roll out. Trust me, that was the better of the 2 balance options I was going to give you. The other one was going to be tree, into eagle, and then into dancer. I'll save that one for next week. Come back to the front of your mat. But oh, now I want to do it. Take the arms widened up, inhale. Bend the knees to your forward bend. Exhale. Lift halfway up, flat back, inhale. Fold into the legs. Exhale. Bring the hands down onto the mat, and again, just do little steps back to your downward facing dog. We're going to stay in down dog because we're going to move into half pigeon position from here. And remember again, if this is not a knee friendly position, that you could always do right angle legs, what I nickname the Isle of Man legs, or you could do your laying figure 4. So again, if you need to bring your feet just a touch forwards so that the left foot feels grounded, Press the left foot and lift the right leg up. Inhale. Bring the right knee all the way forwards like you're in plank. Right knee over towards the right wrist. The right foot pointing towards the left side of your mat. And then you inch the left leg back. Try not to collapse over onto the right buttock. And if you've come into this place and it's like, I'm not feeling the right buttock here, all I'm feeling is my right knee, then you could try this option instead. So with this, I have my right knee in front. It's in line with my right hip out in front. And then the right leg at a right angle. Left leg out to the side, the knee out to the side from the hip at a right angle. And come forwards over that position instead. You'll still hopefully get the stretch into the right buttock, but just takes it out of your knee. And of course, that laying figure 4 shape is there if you prefer that, if it's more knee friendly. So it's not about the position that we're in, the shape that we're in, it's about the focus of where we're feeling it. So if you've got some right buttock stretch and sensation, you've got what you need. You could stay up high in your pigeon, or you can come down low. Maybe stacking the fists on top of one another. So one fist stacking on the other, resting the forehead down onto your fists. Keep your awareness into that left hip bone as though it's rolling towards the mat. You're not collapsing into the right side. The jaw relaxed, the shoulders away from your ears. Those long exhales. If the mind gets noisy, anytime that we're still, you can go back to that focusing to the chest and the belly. The inhale focused to the chest. The exhale focused to the belly. It doesn't mean that the breath has to move to those places. It's just your focus that shifts. And for some, that's enough to keep the mind quiet. And then from there, inhale as you walk the hands back towards you, lifting the upper body up. Exhaling there, and now we're going to do everything that I said not to do, and we're going to collapse carefully over onto the right buttock. Yep, so dropping down onto the right buttock. So we kind of feel like, oh, we're a bit messy. That's all right. You're then going to take hold of the back leg, the left leg with your left hand, and draw the left leg all the way around to the front. So I'm just going to do a quick position change. And then we're going to bring the right foot into the side of the left thigh. Or take it further down if your knee needs less of a bend now. Yeah. So right leg is bent, left leg is out long. Maybe draw your buttocks back a little bit, just so you can feel your sit bones into the mat. Yeah. And then from here, try to keep the chest open. I don't usually cue it to come forwards like this, but today I'm feeling really old school. So we're going to reach the arms forwards and up. Inhale. Drawing through the belly, and on your exhale, start to come forwards. Try not to collapse the chest. Don't necessarily think as though you're going to try and reach out to your foot. It might be that your hands only reach down past just your knee. That's okay. Still keep thinking of the chest reaching out towards the toes rather than collapsing and rounding down towards the leg. Not that there's anything wrong with your back rounding. I say it purely as a cautional thing, because I see many rounding to try and make contact of the forehead towards the knee and pushing and forcing the rounding of the back. So a natural rounding of the back is fine, but you don't want to be trying to jam your body downwards. Think length, think space across the chest so you can breathe. Think softness in the face, that you're not gritting your teeth. Good. Now, if you have low back issues, I would say to leave out this transition and just walk your hands back towards you to lift up. Okay. Otherwise, if you have a healthy back, healthy abdominals that you can draw in, then draw them in and reach your arms forwards and up. Inhale. And then prayer pose at the heart. Exhale. And we're going to take a twist to the left whilst we're here. So bring the left fingertips down behind you and bring your right hand to the outside of the left thigh. Yeah, so that right arm is crossing the body. Breathing in, lift your chest. And as you exhale, turn the ribs and chest towards the left side. That left leg still strong, stretching out. It hasn't gone floppy. Not cricking the neck to try and turn too far round. And then unwind back around to the front. Inhale. Exhaling there. Give that right leg a helping hand. So you draw the right knee up, stretch the right leg out. Maybe bend it in and out a few times. And then we're going to come back to all fours and downward facing dog. So if you're facing the right direction to just cross and roll, then you can just cross and roll. If that's kind of like, no, I need to spin round and go the other way, then come to that place however is safe and works best for you. Spread the fingers, tuck the toes. Inhale. Lift up to your downward facing dog. Exhale. Couple of breaths here. Hips lifting high. Hands pressing down. So we're going to take our half pigeon position on the left side, remembering our options for if when we get there, it doesn't feel knee friendly. So left leg lifts, inhale. Bring the left knee all the way forwards and the whole body forwards like you're doing plank. Left knee towards the left wrist. Left foot pointing towards the right side of your mat. Inch the right leg back. So again, your focus is that you want to feel the sensation, left buttock, left thigh, left hip area. If all you're feeling is left knee, don't stay with it. Change the position to this version instead, where you would have your left shin parallel to the short end of your mat that you're facing, and the left thigh parallel to the short end of the mat that you're facing. So I always nickname it Isle of Man legs, knowing full well there's a third leg on the Isle of Man flag. I know. But again, when you come forwards, you should hopefully still feel the stretch into that left buttock, but no pain into the knee. Okay, so we all have our variation. And of course, laying figure 4 is also there. You can stay upright in your pigeon if that's feeling good. Or you can come forwards and down, resting your head down onto your hands or onto stacked fists. Awareness to that front right hip bone, that it's rolling towards the mat, that you're not collapsing onto the left buttock. Jaw relaxed. Long, steady breaths. Maybe again focusing attention, the inhale to the chest, the exhale to the belly. And then walk the hands back towards you as you lift up. Inhale. Exhaling there, we're going to carefully drop over onto the left side. You're going to take hold of the right thigh with the right hand and sweep the right leg all the way around to the front. That's where we kind of end up a little bit messy and we need to organize ourselves. That we bring the left thigh to the inside, sorry, the left foot to the inside of the right thigh. or the calf. Helps to know which anatomy bit I'm talking about, right? So I'll change positions just so you can see me. Draw the buttocks back a little bit. Right foot active, toes up. And again, those with low back issues, don't do the reaching up, stretching forwards. Just walk the hands forwards a little bit, but keep the open chest. So if there's a happy low back, then reach the arms forwards and up. Inhale. Draw in the belly as you start to come forwards. Exhale. Don't reach for the foot and making that your goal. If you reach there naturally, great, but it's not the be all and end all. Wide across the collarbones. You might be feeling that to the back of the right leg. Some might be feeling it more to the low side, left side of the back. That's okay. And then again, for those with low back issues, don't do the arms reaching forwards and up. Just walk your hands back to lift up. Otherwise, inhale, reach the arms forwards to come up. And then prayer pose at the heart, exhale. Take a twist of bringing the right fingertips down behind and bring the left hand to the outside of the right thigh. Lift the chest, crown of the head, inhale. Turning towards the right with the ribs and the chest, exhale. Shoulders down, away from ears. And unwind back around to the front, inhale. Exhaling there, use the left hand to help the left knee to come up. Stretch the left leg out and in a few times. And then we're going to make our way down onto the back. So if you want to put your warm things on now, you can. For those that need to disappear off, I fully understand if you need to go now, as we started a bit later with my tech issues. So, yay, thank you. Once you have what you need, come down onto your back, however you get there carefully. And once you're down there, entirely up to you of what you need to do, want to do. So it might be that you land and feel good enough to just go into relaxation. Great, go there. Maybe you need a few little things to just reset the body. So sometimes we start the class with this, sometimes it's nice to do it at the end instead, and that is an alternate knee hug. And that's purely just a suggestion to do that if you want to do happy baby instead. If you want to do windscreen wiper twists with the legs. All these things perfectly valid, good to do. If you have a yoga brick or a very sturdy cushion or a rolled up towel or blanket and you want to put that underneath the sacrum, underneath the buttocks for restorative bridge, again, all good. So wherever you need to be, whatever movements you need to do, remember they're movements to just help reset anything in the body before you settle, so nothing too active. Remember, our relaxation is just as important as everything else that we've done. So if you have the time to rest for a few minutes, really good to do. So again, for those that I know need to rush off, absolutely you can just sneak out. Just because, as I say, we started later. But if you have nowhere to go, nothing else to do, then take the time to relax. The muscles of the face be soft. The shoulders heavy. Arms heavy. The legs heavy. Let the whole body relax. Let the whole body relax. As you continue to keep the eyes closed, just come back to the awareness of your breath and take a long, slow, steady breath in and let it go. Bring the awareness back to your body, wiggle your toes, your fingers, your ankles, wrists. If you have the brick underneath the buttocks, take that away from underneath you. And have a nice big stretch. Inhale the arms up and back above you. Exhale, super big long stretch from fingers through to feet. And then draw the knees carefully, maybe one a little before the other, in towards the chest. Take hold of the knees, hug them in, massage your back. And then roll over onto your side and come up and around into sitting, any position. And then take the arms wide and up, inhale. Bring the palms together above your head, and as you exhale, hands to prayer at the heart, bowing the head towards the fingertips in this gesture of acknowledgement of all that we should be grateful for. And as always, I'm so grateful to all of you for choosing to do your practice with me. Namaste.